What is up, everybody? Rev Avi checking in live for our magic talk. I'm going to give people a chance to get on here and we're going to get started. I kind of got my phone hooked up to the charger, so it's a little crooked, but we're going to roll with it. What's up? How's everybody doing? So let's see, let me get my comments going. Cool. Right on. So I don't really have a set sort of thing to talk about tonight, so we're gonna wing it. I'm gonna see if topics pop up and see if we can get some questions rolling in and whatnot. Okay. So with that said, let me get a smoke going, and we'll give people a chance to get on this thing. So yeah, I hope, like I said, everybody's doing good out there. The world is crazy, but we are not. What is going on? I don't know who that is. Got one person on here. Like I said, I'll just wait for a couple people to show up, and I'll start talking about some stuff. So I want to talk about sort of the nature of reality and the nature of what things are, to try to give people sort of a deeper understanding with all this stuff. Okay. So you can really try to start to grasp the concepts of magic and some of these occult topics that we're talking about here. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out for a couple of minutes here. It's always the weirdest thing doing these because my phone is usually behind on comments and showing me who's online and that sort of stuff. So, with that said, let's kind of just dive right in. Last time I always mentioned stuff about the mind and the brain and stuff like that. So I really want to break down the differences. Okay, I'm going to break down the differences of what exactly is the mind. What exactly is the difference between the mind and the brain when we're talking about these things? It's kind of important that you understand the differences between those. When we're talking about the mind is the all. It is the I. The mind is infinite. Okay. When you start to think about like the soul and being inside of a body and what the human being actually is and that sort of thing, breaking it down, you have to understand that you're not the machine. A lot of people get caught up on being the machine. You think that what you see in the mirror, this physical reality, this physical experience, is what you are. And the truth is quantum mechanics kind of destroys that materialistic way of looking at the world. Okay, that's the mindset of hundreds of years ago. Okay, you got to understand that um, when you look at quantum mechanics and energy and stuff like that, you really start to understand how the mind is that energy, that frequency, that wave energy that we are, which is then inhabiting a body. Okay, so it's the weirdest thing. Our physical bodies, physical reality, and quantum science and quantum mechanics and stuff like that. Quantum theory shows this. Um, the human body, okay, is atoms, is energy. And then when you break down material reality, and we were talking about this before, into subatomic particles, etc., um, the one theory is that consciousness, okay, the mind, consciousness is reality. Okay, so the physical body is in the world of mind. Okay, the physical body is in the world of mind. Okay, not the other way around. So this really comes into play when you start to try to think about some of the things that I've been talking about, as far as meditation and understanding how to work with yourself and your own mind first. Okay, it really starts to make sense because then you realize that you can adjust the world in which you are perceiving. Okay, then it all becomes magic. You realize that you're adjusting the world that you're perceiving while also experiencing it. You are experiencer and creator simultaneously. Okay? So the only way to really affect physical reality is to be able to affect your mind, or the universal one mind, which is the majority of people. You need to be able to affect a mass amount of people and get agreements from them in order to have a very powerful magical sort of effect on a large group of people. So I hope that starts to make some sense. What's up, Steven? Hey, I can see some people now. What's going on? So, diving right back into this thing. So, this all boils down to understanding sort of the basics of quantum science, quantum physics, and then realizing that the mind is all. The mind is infinite, okay? It is that infinite energetic wave that we are, that is inhabiting a body, okay? And then the body is then within the world of mind. The physical world is made completely of mind, okay? So these things are something that you have to sort of get your mind around and understand, okay? Death is an illusion because mind is consciousness. It's completely separate from the physical body altogether, okay? The brain is here, okay? But the brain is not mind, okay? The mind exists separate from the body. You learn this with out of body experiences. Someone was asking about verifying the existence beyond death by gaining the OBE, and that is exactly what you can do. Okay, because you learn that the mind can go outside of the body. Okay, it can go into other dimensions. Okay, if you have a near death, and I was talking about this in the last live, you have a near death experience. There's times where people have completely shut down brain function, have literally flatlined. Okay, heartbeat stop, flatline. Okay, and starts to lose brain function, and they still can be resuscitated and come back to life. Okay, and they talk about still having experiences. So the physical body absolutely shuts down, and you still have experiences. So when you work to achieve the astral projection, the out of body experiences, and things like that, it starts to tap into the infinite mind that exists beyond the physical. Okay? So with that said, I'm going to open up for some questions and have a sip of coffee. Let me scroll back up here. What's up, Tammy, Steven? What's going on, guys? Okay. So Rhino says, interested, but I worked both of my jobs super late. So I'm commenting in hopes I'll get a notification on this in the AM. I'm struggling to focus. Okay, cool, man. Hopefully you can go back and watch it later and drop some comments or questions or something in the group, and I will get to you guys when I can, okay? So getting back on track here. That's how you really can start to understand these magical concepts, these ideas, okay, that really are more than ideas, because they're founded in facts. They're founded in validity. Science, okay, and studying things. Science is the study of something. Allows us to gain validity with our magic. This is what takes you out of the realm of being a complete psychopath and just believing in stuff and demons and spirits and whatnot without any proof, to actually having something that gives you validity. Okay? And then my new book, which is Mesmerism, The True Powers of the Witch. It's just getting released right now. I'm waiting on the proof to get here, so copies are not being sent out yet, but they will be going out soon. This book is going to be all about how to not only affect your own subconscious mind, okay, and literally plant those ideas in there that you want, but how to do this for someone else. Okay, so you can help someone else tap into these other dimensions, these other worlds, other realities that are possible. All you have to do is change your mind, and this will change the perception of your reality. You can absolutely have the reality that you want to perceive. Now, let me scroll up because I'm seeing some comments. Steven, favorite type of coffee? I don't know. That's kind of embarrassing. And here, I think we got, what kind of coffee is this?
That is Gloria Jean's macadamia
Um,
nut cookie.
oh my God, this is Gloria Jean's macadamia nut cookie in this cup. So fantastic coffee right here. But usually I'll go for like, if it's something simple, it's usually a hazelnut or something like that. I really like that. Or like if I go to Dunkin', they have butter pecan, which is really, really good.
We had that earlier, Southern pecan earlier.
Hmm. So yeah, but I hope that starts to make some sense for you guys, man. Um, you have to understand how, and I'll talk about this a lot. You have to understand how the mind works. Okay, the mind, the brain, specifically the brain. Okay, specifically the brain is a computer. Okay, so it just takes commands. Okay, and then it puts out signals. All right. So all you have to do is just learn how it works. You have to learn how to give the correct signals. You have to learn exactly what to do to get that stuff in or into someone else's mind and have them manifest those things. All right. Ooh, French vanilla, Tammy says. Yeah. But this macadamia nut cookie, I don't know what this is from another planet. Seriously, it's good stuff. So yeah. So Tammy, I know that you were telling me that you were kind of just getting started on the path and learning about this kind of stuff. So hopefully that you're able to follow along with some of the things that I'm talking about. I try to make everything like just bare brass knuckles, as clear and direct as possible without using really big words, to try to make myself seem more intelligent. But I try to keep it very simple so that anybody could try to understand this stuff, okay? Like a lot of people say like might feel like I'm talking down on meditating and like, you know, the base like the most common way people practice magic by just believing in it and trying the spells and stuff like that. I'm not. The issue is people try it that way and have no success. And that's the problem. There's a lot of people out there doing spells and doing stuff with candles and incense and stuff like that. And they're just lost in a world of delusion and they're not getting any results. Um, they've been going their whole life and they're doing the same exact thing that people do that are in churches, just following whatever they write in the next Bible. And that's my issue is I want us to be a different group of people, that have something that's realistic, and it's not the same sort of dogma that you deal with other sort of religious beliefs. I really like to change the structure of what left hand path magical practice really is, okay? Because people don't think that it's valid. They think that we're, just sort of these loonies that obsess with demons and whatnot. And I really want to restructure what people think magic is. Okay. So, and cool. I'm not getting a whole lot of comments. Welcome back, Steven. I see that you said you fell out or something like that. Um, cool. So, like I said, I didn't really have a set topic of things to talk about, but I kind of wanted to touch on that. Sort of the understanding of reality, the mind, the brain, how they are different things. And we're talking about the brain, we're talking about the actual organ that's inside the body. We're talking about the mind, we're talking about the eye that inhabits the body. Okay. So yeah, Tammy, as far as basics go, the first thing you want to do is try to learn to just connect. Okay. Get your synchronicities in order. Learn what the 7 days of the weeks are. Learn the moon phases. Okay, this is all stuff you start with in the beginning. I talk about this a lot. The three things you need for magic are timing, feeling, and phases of the moon. Okay, so learn those moon phases. Okay, learn when it's waxing, waning, full, new moon. Just learn those phases, and then it'll start to make sense. So you start to learn the phases. You'll start to learn your feelings and being able to connect with those real, raw emotional feelings, the ones you're having. And then you'll build up to be able to connect with other people's feelings. Okay. And then the last thing you're going to have to do is just time the magic correctly. Okay. And, have enough gall to actually start practicing some stuff. Put some stuff to the test. That's the only way to do it. This is all experimentation. So you need to experiment and see what works, see what doesn't work, and try to find out the areas in which you have success. Okay. Yeah, meditation helps, but only if you're doing it with purpose. Okay, just meditating to meditate and just to relax, like try to clear your mind. I talked about this before. The clear your mind thing is a never ending road. It's ridiculous. That's all you're gonna do is try to clear your mind, but there's no possible way to really do that. Okay, so if you're going to meditate with purpose, have a goal, and know where you're going to sort of go with that meditative practice. Have a goal in mind. Rather it be to activate the ability to be able to see something, or hear something, or smell something, or have some kind of experience. Just have a goal with your meditation so that it's not just you sort of sitting there trying to relax yourself and clear your mind, because that's all you'll get. It's just relaxed. You're not going to get any you know any sort of advantage from doing that. Okay, so what I tell people to practice when they're first starting out with meditating and stuff like that is to work on their chakras. So you want to be able to feel the energy within your own body. Okay, so you just work with each chakra. You take 7 days, 7 chakras, or however long it takes you to be able to feel that area, and you do the chakra rotations. And just try to feel the different areas, the different chakras. you know and that's the first thing that we start with. Okay. Okay, so you've tried that. Okay. um it depends on what methods you try. There's a lot of different methods for doing it also. I'm not sure what path you came from, or what sort of teachers you had, or stuff like that. When I was younger, and I'm talking teenager, I was into martial arts really heavy. So I took like Qigong and Tai Chi and stuff like that. And that was the first sort of introduction to breathing and feeling energy that I got, and then I was able to build from that. So that's kind of how I learned about energy and chakras and stuff like that. And so, with that said, I think that you were one of the winners from the contest also. And I sent you a message, but I did not get your email. So if you send me your email, I'll actually send you my book, and then you can try the meditations and stuff that are in there and see how that works out for you. Because a lot of people have been having success with my book and have been sharing it with others and stuff like that. So you got a free copy coming. So I'll send it over. Just send me your email. Okay. So with that said, I think you are the only person here, and others are going to watch this later. So I'm going to, first of all, get my camera to turn back around. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it up, unless you got some more questions or something like that, or you got a topic that you'd like me to discuss specifically. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Did you have any other questions or anything like that? It's probably the shortest live I've done in a long time. I'm also planning on possibly starting a YouTube channel, just so I can upload a video series of videos and have them sort of be in order with the practices, the meditations, and stuff like that, for people that are really involved, that have my books, that are involved with the Patreon and stuff like that. I'm going to start a whole nother group, and it's going to be specifically all like structured meditations and stuff like that. Okay. So that's coming also. Have you heard of people seeing things in the clouds? Absolutely. I am one of those people that saw things in the clouds. I used to conjure that way, actually. I didn't always use mirrors and stuff like that because I didn't know about scrying mirrors. Okay. It was something that I learned about after years of being in, different sort of groups and stuff like that, and studying and reading books. I kind of eventually learned about scrying mirrors. So I used to conjure that way. I used to conjure dragons and stuff like that when I first started out. Like I told you about in some of the other lives, I was really terrified of demons because of my upbringing. So I was like doing Golden Dawn stuff and summoning angels and etc. And then I got into the idea of trying to conjure dragons. And so I would go out and try to summon these dragons in the sky and stuff like that. And they always appeared as different shapes in the clouds. Okay, so absolutely. That is a very real, a real thing. Conjuring with clouds and sort of using the clouds to scry is absolutely a real thing. Some people actually take their scrying mirrors. They have really big ones that they take outside and they reflect the sky with them on purpose, and they try to get different constellations and things like that inside of the mirror when they're working with it. So yeah, that's absolutely a normal thing. So don't feel out of place. You're looking up because, like I talk about a lot, we are suns, we are stars. So, and that's where they are, is they're outside, they're outside, they're up. Okay. All the energies are up there. The planets, the stars, the sun, the moon, it's all up there. That's why you're looking up. Okay. Totally normal thing to do. For me, I've always been drawn to the moon. I have to stare at the moon. I'm always focused on the moon and its energy and that sort of thing. So I was kind of a natural witch. I was already doing this stuff before I even noticed that it was part of the thing that I should have been doing. Okay? So with that said, much love. All right? I will see you guys in the next one.